Guy Spier is a great investor and also an author of this book, The Education of a Value Investor. And I really recommend this book. It's really interesting. It gives a different view at the world of investing. And you can find the link to this book in the description. And he's one of those investors that doesn't make a lot of changes to the portfolio. He is really a master of doing nothing. But this quarter he actually made a move and changed something quite important in his portfolio. He didn't buy anything, but he did sell 100% of a certain company. And that company is Twitter. And he bought Twitter in Q2 2020 for around $30, and he sold it probably with just a small gain. Now, what is interesting is that he is the last of the super investors who sold Twitter. Because as we can see, there are no super investors invested in Twitter right now. And they are selling for the last 3 quarters. And we can see that Guy Spier was the last one to go out of this investment. Okay, so let's analyze Guy Spier's portfolio. And maybe we can see some patterns and find something that we can clone for ourselves. The biggest part of his portfolio is Berkshire Hathaway. He owns Class B and Class A shares, and altogether it is almost 30% of his portfolio. The second one is American Express, then we have Bank of America, Mastercard, Ferrari, Micron Technology, Moody's, Alibaba Group, and 4.3% goes to other investments. That's basically Daily Journal, Seritage Growth Properties, and Alphabet. And of course, these are only the US stocks. Other investments outside US do not have to be reported in the 13F. Okay, so let's go through his portfolio. First up, we have Alibaba. And he bought Alibaba in Q2 2021, and he's still holding it. He didn't make any changes. And if we look at the price, we can see that he bought it at around $225, $230, and right now it is actually below 100. But I did get some information that Guy Spier met with some people from Alibaba and that he was very excited about the future of this company. So I don't think he will be selling anytime soon. Okay, next up we have Moody's. And we can see that he bought in 2016 and he added some more in 2020. And if we look at the price of the stock, it seems like a really nice investment because he bought into this company with the price under 100, and right now the price is somewhere near $300. Next up we have Micron Technology, and he bought the shares in Q3 2019, and then he bought some more in Q4 2020. And if we look at the price, he bought for under $50, and he bought some more shares at Q4 2020, and I can only speculate that he didn't actually pay $75 for that, which was the price at the end of the 4th quarter, but something closer to 50. I actually made a whole video about Micron. If you want to see it, there will be a link in the description below. And we know that Guy Spier's average price is somewhere around $60. Next up is Ferrari. And he bought the shares of Ferrari in 2016, and he sold a lot of them in 2020. And if we look at the price, well, he sold them with a very nice gain. He probably quadrupled his money, but then the price went even higher the next year. And now the price went back to around the same levels as it was in 2020. Next up is Mastercard. And we have data only from 2014 onwards, and we can see that Guy Spier was holding this company the whole time from 2014 and earlier probably till now without any changes to this position. And if we look at the price, it is a really nice investment for him. In 2014 it was under $100, and right now it is over 300. And actually there was this story that Guy Spier had a bet with Monish Pabrai, and Guy Spier bet that he can make more money on Mastercard than Monish Pabrai can on some investment in India. I don't remember the name of the company that Monish Pabrai invested in, but if you know the story, if you know the company, please write it in the comments. I'm curious, I just forgot right now. Okay, so moving on. The next investment is Bank of America, and as before we have data from 2014. He was invested in Bank of America in 2014, and then he bought some more shares in 2019. And when we look at the prices, we can see that it is steadily going up, and of course Bank of America also pays dividends, so there's some extra benefit from that. Okay, and the next one is American Express. In this case we can actually see that Guy Spier sold some of his shares, first in 2018 and then in 2020. And if we look at the prices, we of course don't know when exactly he bought those shares, but if we compare them to 2014, we can see that he probably made a small gain in 2018 and a bigger one in 2020. And still he has a lot of shares. So it seems that he really believes that this company still has more value in it. And the biggest investment, that's Berkshire Hathaway. And on this chart, this is Class B shares. And as we can see, there are no changes from 2014 till today. And Guy Spier also owns Class A shares, 30 of them. And the data we have is exactly the same. We know he had them in 2014 and he still has them today. And if we look at the price, we can see that Berkshire is gaining slowly, steadily, but almost every year going up. So this is Guy Spier's portfolio, and I think there are two things that I really notice when I look at it. First is how it is divided into three segments. The first one, around 30%, is Berkshire, which is a stable and safe business. Then we have American Express, Bank of America, and Mastercard, which are companies that have to do with finance. And then we have the last third, where we see different companies from different sectors. And what I found in a book that I'm reading right now, that's Psychology of Money, there is this chart, here it is, and it shows the percentage of companies experiencing catastrophic loss from 1980 till 2014. And actually, financials are the ones that have the lowest percentage of catastrophic failures. So all of those segments, Berkshire, financial, and the other ones, are basically very safe. There is a small chance of any of these companies actually going bankrupt. And the second thing that I noticed about Guy Spier's portfolio is that he is holding his investments for a long time. There are not a lot of sales, and even if it's only a reduction, if he buys a company, he really believes in it in a long term. And he believes that he may buy some more, he may sell some, but in a long term, he believes he's a co-owner of this company and that it's going to do well in a long term. Okay, So that's it for today. Thank you very much. I hope you found this helpful. If so, then please like it and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Thanks again, and bye-bye.